Today our first topic is resistivity of various materials. Okay. First of all, what is resistivity? We have already discussed in the previous class. Resistivity, rho is equal to R A by L. Okay. Rho is the resistivity, R is the resistance, A is area of cross section, L is length. So what is the definition of resistivity? If area of cross section becomes 1 square meter, L becomes 1 meter, then resistivity will be equal to R. That is resistance of a material having unit cross sectional area and unit length. Okay. So resistivity is defined as the resistance offered by a material of length 1 meter and cross sectional area of 1 square meter. That's all. Okay. Now we shall distinguish the materials on the basis of resistivity. First point here is metals have low resistivities in the range of 10 to the power minus 8 ohm meter to 10 to the power minus 6 ohm meter. Of course, metals are good conductors. That's why their resistivity has to be very small. Okay. Then insulators, of course, they will be having very large value of resistivity. They are of order 10 to the power 18 times of metals. Okay. Some insulators like ceramics, rubber, plastics, etc. Okay. Now come to the types of resistors available commercially. Types of resistors commercially available are two types: wire bound resistors, carbon resistors. Okay. First, what is wire bound resistor? Wire bound resistors are made by winding the wires of an alloy, that is manganese, constantan, nichrome, etc. It is almost like a spring structure. Okay. These are wire bound resistors. This material is an alloy. Okay. It is very rarely used in commercial applications. More widely used type is carbon resistors. Okay. Why carbon resistors are used widely? Carbon resistors are compact and very small in size and very cheap also. That's why they are commercially used. Then because of its small value, its values are determined by a color code. Whatever the value of the resistance of that resistor, that will be decided only by a color code. What is that code? Here you take a look. This is important. You see, this is the table for color code. In the left side you can see black, brown, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet, grey, white, and these are the corresponding numbers and multipliers. We shall now find out how these color codes are used to find the value of a resistance. Here is another table: tolerance level 5%, 10%, 20%. I will explain all this. Let us take an example. Okay. Example is, suppose you must have seen the carbon resistor. It is like this, a small cylinder, very small. There are 4 strips of colors on it, always 4 strips. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Let us take, for example, first color is brown. It is brown. Second color is orange. Third color is violet. So so V, and fourth color is silver. Okay, brown, orange, violet, silver. Okay, now how to determine the value of this resistor from this color code? Here we take a look again at the table. Okay, now our first color is brown. So first color is brown means on the first column the corresponding number of brown is 1. Okay, so I will write 1. Next color is orange. Corresponding number for orange is 3. So I will write here 3. Okay, 1, 3. Then I will put a multiplication sign. This is multiplication sign. Then come to the next color, violet. Violet. For the third color, we shall not consider this column. We shall consider this column. Okay. For violet, the corresponding multiplier is 10 to the power 7. Here it is written multiplier. That's why I have put multiplication sign. Violet's multiplier is 10 to the power 7. So I will multiply here 10 to the power 7. Okay, then silver. Silver is nothing but tolerance. What is tolerance? Let me check first what is the corresponding value for silver. For silver it is 10%. So I will put here 10%, plus minus 10%. Then the value is 13 into 10 to the power 7 plus minus 10% ohm. It is the value of the resistors. What does it mean? Actual value of the resistor is 13 into 10 to the power 7 ohm. 13 into 10 to the power 7 ohm. This is actual value. 10% means because of temperature variation, it can vary either plus or minus. It can increase or decrease at a maximum of 10%. It can vary up to 10%. That's why it is called tolerance level. Okay, clear? So how to write the value? First color, write the corresponding number. Second color, write the corresponding number. Then put multiplication sign. This is multiplier value. Third color multiplier value is written here. Then put plus minus sign. Write down the tolerance level of fourth color. Of course, the fourth color will be from this table. Either gold, silver, or there could be no color also. Okay, if there are 3 colors, the fourth color is no color, and its tolerance level is 20%. Okay, so how to remember this table? There is a simple formula to remember this table. Of course, the numbers are arranged from 0 to 9. This is from 10 to the power 0 to 10 to the power 9 also. Okay, very simple. No need to remember this. You can remember only this column. What is the sequence of this column? Black, brown, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet, grey, white. No need to exactly remember the colors. You can remember like this: B.B. Roy, Great Britain, very good writer. Again I am repeating: B.B. Roy, Great Britain, very good writer. Okay, in some books it is also written that B.B. Roy of Great Britain has a very good wife. B.B. Roy of Great Britain has a very good wife. In this case, there are some extra words in the sentence. That's why I always avoid this sentence. That's why very simple for me to remember that B.B. Roy, Great Britain, very good writer. It is very simple. So you can choose either way. So this is the formula for finding the color resistance of a carbon resistor. Okay. And now the second table is gold, silver, no color. It is very simple. Gold is 5%, silver is 10%, no color is 20%. So next topic is temperature dependence of resistivity. Okay, here is the formula. rho T is equal to rho naught whole into 1 plus alpha whole into T minus T naught. Okay, very simple formula. You have already gone through a formula like this in the 11th chapter, in your solid chapter. Okay, now rho T is nothing but resistivity at a certain temperature T. Rho naught is resistivity at a temperature T naught, that means initial temperature. It could be any value, and T is something different. Alpha is called temperature coefficient of resistivity. It is constant for a material, and T minus T naught is nothing but change in temperature. This is the formula, nothing else. Okay, from the formula you can see alpha is positive for metals and negative for semiconductors. Alpha is positive for metals. First consider positive value. If alpha is positive, then rho T will be greater than rho naught. That means if temperature increases, this also increases. That means if temperature increases, resistance also increases. In case of metals, alpha is positive for metals. Then why this happens? You see, in metals there are plenty of charge carriers or free electrons, you can say. Plenty of free electrons. Okay, if temperature increases, there will be further increment in the numbers of the free electrons, because of the temperature increase, the kinetic energy of the electrons will increase, and they will subsequently be separated from their parent atoms. So if the number of electrons increases, which is already plenty in number, so they will be crowded inside the material. Whenever you apply potential, you look here, this is the metal, it has already plenty of electrons. If you apply a potential here, of course current will be there, but if you increase the temperature, there will be more number of free electrons generated, and because of more number of free electrons, the mobility of the electrons will decrease. Because of the continuous collision, the area will be crowded. That's why it will not be easy for the material to conduct current. That's why resistance increases, because of their concentration increase. Okay, this is the factor. But this is not the factor in case of insulators. If this is an insulator, inside it there is hardly any free electron. That's why if you keep on increasing temperature, more number of electrons will be produced, and they will carry current easily. That's why in case of insulator, if you increase the temperature, number of free electrons will increase, and subsequently resistance will decrease. Okay, but in case of conductor, the number of free electrons are already plenty, but if you increase the temperature, they will again increase and be crowded inside the material. That's why increasing the resistance. Okay, here you take a look at the graphs of different materials, resistivity versus temperature. Copper is a material. Of course, if temperature increases, resistivity will increase because alpha is positive. Nichrome is an alloy. Its temperature increases, resistivity also increases. Of course, alloy is mixture of metals. That's why it is having same property like metal but different characteristic. You can see here at 0 Kelvin temperature, it is having some resistivity. Okay. This is semiconductor. What is semiconductor? Which has resistivity in between insulator and metals or conductors. As you know, semiconductors are having very less number of free electrons. As temperature increases, the number of electrons increases and resistance decreases. That's why resistivity also decreases. Okay, exact opposite of metal. You can see this is like this, this is like this. Okay, so much for today. Thank you.